Good morning. Happy Thursday. Yeah. Woo. All right. Amazon. Flash briefing.
Jamie, here's the latest from your flash briefing. In NPR News.
Or Friday in other parts
Live
of the
from
world.
NPR News in Washington, I'm Corva Coleman. President Biden is traveling to Southeast Asia today. NPR's Windsor Johnston reports Biden will participate in the G20 summit in India and then fly to Vietnam.
National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan says President Biden will reaffirm the administration's commitment to the G20 and underscore the importance of cooperation among the world's major economies.
Our focus is going to be on delivering for developing countries, making progress on key priorities for the American people, from climate to technology, and showing our commitment to the G20 as a forum that can deliver.
The president is also expected to call on G20 leaders to provide meaningful debt relief for low and middle-income countries. During the summit, Biden will also hold bilateral talks with Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi and later travel to Vietnam. Windsor Johnston, NPR News.
The White House says President Biden is nominating Michael Whitaker as the new head of the Federal Aviation Administration. Whitaker was a deputy FAA administrator in the Obama administration. He's a former United Airlines executive and has led India's largest travel conglomerate. 6 Colorado voters have filed a federal lawsuit. They're seeking to block former President Donald Trump from appearing on the state's presidential ballot next year. Colorado Public Radio's Benta Brooklyn has more.
The lawsuit mirrors similar challenges in other states and cites Section 3 of the 14th Amendment, which bars anyone who has engaged in an insurrection or rebellion against the United States from holding public office. Mario Nicholas is representing the 4 Republicans and 2
proof he was engaged in it?
who filed the suit.
They believe in the rule of law and they believe in the importance of our Constitution. And that is at the heart of this.
Nicholas said similar cases could be coming in other states, and the issue may well end up at the U.S. Supreme Court. For NPR News,
all right, well, I can save you the trouble. If you don't have anything
Australia
tangible,
and China are taking steps to improve relations. Australian Prime Minister Anthony Albanese met Chinese Premier Li Qiang in Indonesia this week after the ASEAN summit. Albanese is pleased with the warming ties.
I told Premier Li that we would continue to cooperate where we can, disagree where we must, and engage in our national interest.
Albanese will visit China later this year at the invitation of China's president. The National Hurricane Center says Hurricane Lee is getting stronger in the Atlantic Ocean. Top sustained winds are at 105 miles per hour, but could get much stronger when Lee gains maximum strength. It could become a top Category 5 storm. Lee is less than 1,000 miles away from southern Caribbean islands. On Wall Street, stocks are mixed. The Dow is down 4 points. This is NPR. A federal judge has ruled Texas's use of a floating barrier in the Rio Grande to stop migrants from crossing violates federal law, which has ordered it removed.
Oh, the International Free Waters Law?
Safety navigation on the river and interferes with federal agents. Texas Governor Greg Abbott, who ordered the barriers placed, says he will appeal. The United Kingdom Parliament has passed a law ending prosecutions of crimes tied to what's known as the Troubles in Northern Ireland. It's been 25 years since the Good Friday Peace Agreement officially ended Catholic-Protestant fighting there. NPR's Lauren Freyer reports from London.
The Northern Ireland Legacy Law ends prosecutions and inquests into killings and disappearances blamed on the Irish Republican Army and other paramilitaries during the period known as the Troubles. And it grants conditional amnesty to perpetrators who've never faced trial. The UK government says this is part of the healing process 25 years into peace. The law was backed by UK veterans groups, but it's faced fierce opposition by every major political party in Northern Ireland. Victims' relatives say it denies them justice. The Republic of Ireland is weighing whether to challenge the law in the European Court of Human Rights. Lauren Freyer, NPR News, London.
Mexico's Supreme Court has ended that country's federal ban on abortion, but some Mexican states still ban the procedure. The Mexican High Court eliminated all federal criminal penalties for abortions. The ruling means the Mexican Public Health Service will provide an abortion to anyone who requests it. I'm Corva Coleman, NPR News.
Hey, Ray Magliotti from Car Talk here to tell you about NPR newest Car Talk
skip it.
In NASA news,
I mean, think about it.
after splashing
They're
down
gonna do it
safely in the
anyways,
SpaceX
even if
Dragon
they use a
spacecraft
coat
off the
hanger.
coast of Jacksonville,
And that
Florida,
could kill
early
them.
Monday morning, NASA's SpaceX Crew 6 completed the agency's sixth commercial crew rotation mission to the International Space Station. The International Crew 4 spent 186 days in orbit. NASA will provide coverage of the agency's SpaceX Crew 6 mission return to Earth from the International Space Station, beginning with hatch closure coverage live at 5 a.m. EDT on Sunday, September 3rd. NASA will host a news conference at 1
Just like in
p.m.
that movie, The
EDT Wednesday,
Cider House
September
Rules.
6th to discuss the agency's upcoming Psyche mission, which will be its first to visit a metal-rich asteroid. Riding along with Psyche is a laser transceiver for NASA's Deep Space Optical Communications DSOC technology demonstration. Students from Georgia and Texas will have separate opportunities next week to hear from NASA astronauts aboard the International Space Station. A team led by NASA in Utah's West Desert is in the final stages of preparing for the arrival of the first U.S. asteroid sample, slated to land on Earth in September. In weather. Currently, in
Alright,
Seattle,
cool.
it's 54 degrees
Cool,
Fahrenheit with mostly
Amazon.
cloudy sky.
Off. Amazon. Tell us a joke.
Why couldn't the dung beetle go to the party? It was on duty.
Well, maybe the dung beetle was on duty at the party. So maybe he did go to the party. Just saying. Anyways, have a great Thursday. All right. Peace, love, prosperity.